all for coming out tonight. I am Cathy Wright, and I'm running for the North Carolina House of Representatives in District 54. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, since many of you do not know me. I have had quite a few jobs over my short lifetime. My very best job, however, was being, and still is, being a wife and a mother. I've been married to the same man for 38 years now. His name is John Wright. And he's a pediatric ophthalmologist at UNC. We have 2 children. Our daughter is married and lives in Virginia, and she has given us 2 beautiful grandchildren. And our son is not married, and he is a major in the United States Air Force. He's a fighter pilot flying the F-22. I've always considered myself a servant leader. And that means to me that I've always served my community wherever I have lived. And we have lived many places in the United States. You can't lead unless you know how to serve. One of the favorite things that I've done since I've come down here to North Carolina is I've been a pastoral care visitor at the UNC hospital, and I do that for my church. It's been very, very rewarding, and it's just another way that I have been able to serve my community. I want to now serve all of you. The other jobs that I mentioned was I've been a nurse. I was also an executive director of several medical societies. And then I became a contract lobbyist, the good kind of lobbyist. I had small organizations such as Professional Medical Associations, the American Cancer Society, School Nurse Association. These organizations did not have large political action committees, and so I could not go into a legislator's office and hand them some nice big checks and ask them to support my cause. What I had to do, I had to work with them, have them get to know me, and develop a trusting relationship so they would believe me when I would go to them and ask them to support a bill or even oppose a bill. What I learned also was you need to know how to work on both sides of the aisle. It's very, very important to work with the Democrats, to work with the Republicans, to pass good legislation or kill bad legislation. I came here in 2002, and I started to work for the North Carolina Medical Society. Loved doing that, and that's how I got involved in the state legislature here. I want to serve you. I want to go down to the Capitol and make a difference. My opponent, as we have said, is Joe Hackney. He has been there for 30 years, and he's going to say that I don't have experience. Well, if you like his experience of growing state government, increasing spending, raising our taxes, getting us in debt, and not honoring our obligations, I would call that fiscal irresponsible. I'm a fiscal conservative. I am not beholden to any group. No special interest groups are going to be able to tell me how to behave down at the Capitol. I am not beholden to any individual. I'm beholden to all of you. So I'm going to go down there, pitch a fit, stomp my feet, and say, we are not going to spend money we don't have. In closing, I too want to share some good news with you. I have been busy raising money for my campaign. I'm going up against the big boy, and I can't compete with him, but I'm considered one of the top earners amongst the non-incumbent candidates, and the NCGOP is very proud of me. Also, thank you. I still need your money back. Also, the Civitas just did a poll on me last week, and the poll results came back showing some very good numbers for me. I am only 6 points behind Mr. Hackney, and these are amongst the voters that intend to vote. An incumbent in there for 30 years, and little old me is behind only by 6 points. That is fabulous. The other great number is that I am way ahead of him amongst the independent voters. So I'm working hard. I'm going to keep my nose to the grindstone, and then in January I'm going to go down and serve all of you. Thank you, and God bless.